Good morning. I'm John Ellsworth, the founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want to share a story with you today. You know, I've been hearing a lot of comments lately from producers that, they say I'm not doing better. Well, first of all, let me remind you that we are working out of a 4-year deficit period, a real weak period for milk prices. So that's a big thing. But some people, and not necessarily just dairymen, are telling me, making comments about, I'm not doing better because of the president. I'm not doing better because of something Congress did or some congressperson did in particular, or the policies that are being set. And what I've noticed is there are always factors we can't control. So my response to that is welcome to life. We all have challenges. We all have things we have to deal with. I do in my business too. But I think the important thing is to remember that we are part of the greatest economy in the world right now. And we have more options available to us here than anywhere in the entire world. So I think it's important to not get into a zero-sum game, which, if I need to define that for you, it's basically you have to give something up for me to benefit, or I have to give something up for you to benefit or do better. And I think that's a kind of a not such a good avenue for us to go down. But let me suggest a far better approach. It's known as what is called the strategy circle. It's a trademark of my business coach, Dan Sullivan, at the Strategic Coach. It's his creations. And instead of blaming someone for those obstacles that we face, and again, we all face some of them, Dan points out that these obstacles are actually the raw material for reaching our goals. So stop and think about that. They are actually the obstacles, or the hurdles we have to get over, are actually the raw material for reaching our goals. And the reason is because they force us, if we recognize them, if we identify them and really recognize them, they force us to come up with ways to overcome them, to get better than what we currently are. And I will add that that's not a bad thing. So, giving full credit to Dan Sullivan and the Strategic Coach for the Strategy Circle, let me tell you the basic steps for it. The steps include the following. First of all, identify what you want. This is absolutely crucial, because if you don't know what you want, any road will take you there, as they said in, it was Alice in Wonderland. They said, any road will take you there if you don't know where you want to go. And you might have noticed that 95% of the people in this world can't tell you what they want. They can all tell you what they don't want, but the important thing is to focus on identifying what you do want. Then, as Dan suggests, step number 2, identify the biggest obstacles that you face. Because as he quickly pointed out, the first time I heard him speak about the strategy circle, is these obstacles are really and truly the raw material for reaching your goals. So step number 3, we need to take some time and figure out, how can you overcome these obstacles? What steps can you take? What steps can I take? Who can help us? And maybe just as significantly, how soon can we start on taking those steps? Number 4, establish some deadlines for each step. And the reason for this is simple. If you don't put some deadlines on taking these steps, this whole process becomes just a dream. And it's a dream that'll never become reality for you, and that would be a sad situation. So note, whom is going to do these steps? Who's going to take the action steps? Is it you, one of your team members, some outside provider? Identify whom, and then put a date on it. By when do you want to have some action taken, whatever those specific steps really are? And then ultimately, step number 5 is you have to start. You got to take action, because every 1,000-mile journey starts with the first step, and this is no different. So let me summarize by saying this. I think it's important that we realize that life's not always fair. You get handed some things in life, and I get dealt some things in life too that we don't like. But that's no reason to give up, or worse yet, stand around complaining about it. Frankly, I want to tell you that I think you and I, all of us, we're better than that. We're better than that individually. We are better than that as an industry. And so I suggest that you follow the 5 steps above that we talked about. Um, Identifying what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, uh, identify the biggest obstacles to that progress, then identify what you can do, what steps you can take, who you can consult with to overcome those obstacles, put some deadlines on them, and fifth, and maybe most significantly, take action. So if you follow those 5 steps, I assure you of one thing. Your team and I will be at the finish line cheering you on. Again, I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage, and I want to thank you for listening today. Thank you very much.